Well, hello there. Welcome to Hanging with the Hags. Well, the last 10 days have been pretty busy for Vicki and I. We are currently in Palm Springs, California. Made it to the West Coast. So that feels super awesome that we're out here on the West Coast and really just have one little last leg up to Washington State and then home for the summer. But before then, we got a special trip that we're going on. This is something that we've been planning for the last 6 months. We're getting ready to head to the island of Kauai. We're gonna spend 21 days out there, and we're kind of doing it in two parts. We're gonna do part one is with my Army buddy and his wife, Darren and Laura Duncan. We're gonna meet them up in Princeville, spend 10 days up in a condo up on the north side of Kauai. And then they're heading back to Washington, and then my sister and brother-in-law are flying in for another 10 or 11 days. And we're gonna switch condos. We're gonna be down in the town of Lahui. And so Dawn and Steve are gonna fly in and spend the last few days with us in Kauai. And then we're gonna head back here to Palm Springs and move our way up the West Coast, visiting some friends and family along the way. Boy, the past 10 days have gone by super quick as we've been counting down the days to this trip to Hawaii. And I gotta thank Tom and Jean, who we met up in Wisconsin, up on Lake Winnebago. They were some campground hosts up there that we got to know. And they're letting us rent out their RV spot down here at the Two Springs RV Resort, kind of on the north side of Palm Springs. And the first 3 days that we were here was absolutely gusting, non-stop and pretty cold. You can see right out there, those are some big wind turbines just to the west of the RV park. And then, I don't know if you can make it out, but behind those trees, there's snow-capped mountains out there. And so that's about 10,000 feet over there. Down here, the weather hasn't been too bad. The weather's been pretty good. Today has by far been the best day. We're in shorts, the sun is out, and there's literally no wind, which is amazing. But we worked out a deal for them to allow us to rent some time here at the RV resort outside of Palm Springs, and it's been super awesome. This RV resort has a pool, tennis courts, bocce ball court, hot tub, a putting green area, and this is a resort where you would purchase a lot in the resort. And then when you're not here, then you can rent it out. And so we're in this lot. It's, of course, we're a 42-foot fifth wheel, and it's nice that they got this lot angled kind of sideways to aid in getting in and getting out. And so that's been super nice. We kind of struck out finding a military place on the West Coast to park our RV. As you know, we've done some condo trips in the past, previously on this travel, and we've always found a place to store the RV. And on the West Coast, it was just impossible to find a storage facility that would make a reservation for us. And so this was kind of the next best thing. And so feel pretty confident. This is a gated community. We're leaving the truck and the RV. All of our worldly possessions are going to be here, and so we're going to take this trip to Kauai and back. So super excited to get out of the RV for what's going to end up being about 24 days for us, because we're going to go to San Diego and spend a couple days, and then head to Kauai. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. How did we get here? Boy, the last 10 days have really flown by. So we came through Mesa, Arizona, got to stop off and see my old work buddy, Joel Johnson and his family. We harvest hosted at a church and had dinner in downtown Mesa. Super great visit with him. Thanks for the lemons, by the way. They've been amazing. And then from there, we blasted up to kind of the Prescott Valley area of Arizona, a little bit north of Phoenix, and got to stop in and see another Army buddy that resides in Arizona. And he's up in the Chino Valley area. His name is Nick Mock, and his wife Jennifer, and Kayla, his daughter. And so it was super nice to have dinner with them and talk about old times in the Army and kind of how they got to Arizona and why they chose the Chino Valley area. And so as we're kind of looking for our next home site, it's super cool to talk to people and figure out different areas of the country and what they like and why they chose them. And so that's what's really made this travel so fun, is reconnecting with those friends and family. Well, then we're sitting up there and they're getting ready to get snow. And we're like, well, we don't want to get snowed on. So we left a couple of days early, but we couldn't get into Luke Air Force Base because they had no reservations available for us. And so we ended up boondocking out on the northwest side of Phoenix, out in an OHV park, and that ended up being fantastic. Really nice site up there called Boulders OHV Park. Oh, thanks. And so that was super fun. Got to really get out in the desert and just spend a good 3 days. Sun, it was super amazing out in the desert, and the sunsets and the wildlife was just super cool. And so then we went down to Luke Air Force Base. We hit our reservation time there. And then we got to stop in and see Steve and Yvonne, who they are snowbirds. They winter down in Phoenix. They bought a beautiful house with a pool in Sun City West. And so it was super cool to see them on the road. And we reconnected with them last year also on our trip. So it was super awesome to reconnect with them at their place. And they did an awesome barbecue for us. And really got to just chat about everything going on in their life and where we've been the last 8 months on the road traveling. And then Steve's brother Rick came over with his wife Becky. And so, yeah, it was a really, really awesome night, and super appreciate them hosting the four of us coming in and hanging out. So yeah, so Phoenix was absolutely beautiful. Again, we really like the Phoenix area. So awesome weather. Unfortunately, we could only get about 3 days at the Air Force Base there, which is a very nice campground, very reasonable, free laundry. And they're getting ready to expand Luke Air Force Base. There's a whole, it sounds like they have money set aside. There's an area set aside. They just gotta start working on it. So hopefully by the time we get back here next year in the Phoenix area, they'll have that expansion at least started. And then that brought us to coming to Palm Springs. And so from Phoenix, it was a short, probably 4-hour drive for us. We had to get gas, and we did a break along the way. And then was able to come into the Phoenix area, not only to store the RV, but we had another family member that lives right here in Phoenix. So my sister, her mother-in-law actually lives here in Palm Springs. And so Mary Van Horn, we got to stop in and see Mary, got to take her out for dinner, and got to grab some grapefruit off of her grapefruit trees. And so that was super awesome. And then we had her over to the RV for dinner on last Friday night. And so super awesome visiting with Mary and getting an update on everything going on down here in Palm Springs and her life and her family. And so, yeah, it's been quite the adventure. Our 9-month road trip is quickly coming to an end as we get this trip to Kauai done, and then head up the West Coast, and then head back to Washington. So super excited to get back up to the Great Northwest and have a relaxing summer hanging out. And again, reconnecting with friends and family. Well, that's it from here. I know that I threw a lot at you, and thanks for watching. Share, like, and subscribe. If you got any comments or questions, leave them down in the comments below. And next stop, I guess, is gonna be Kauai. So get ready for some awesome pictures and videos, because we absolutely love the island of Kauai. All right, thanks for watching. That's it for now. Take care. Yabba dabba doo. We'll be at a campsite near you.